And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Super adult junior action today, coming to you from Chacko's Family Bowling Center up here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Yes, this is the place that was made famous by Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports. They are getting, I believe, $20,000 a month for a year out of the Barstool Fund. So for those of you that don't know what a super adult junior is, it's 4 on a team, 2 adults, 2 juniors. So we're down to our final 3 in each division. So we're going to have 1 match, and then the winner will move on to the final match. So we'll have 2 matches on the stream today in both handicap and scratch. The first match, the handicap is going to be on the left, the scratch is going to be on the right, and then we will flip. And traditional, the scratch will be on the left and the handicap will be on the right. So Matt is giving instructions to our finalists, and we're going to line them up. I don't believe they have a wireless mic. I'm not sure. They said they had one, but I'm not sure they got it working. So we'll give Matt just a minute to go through the instructions, and then we will get going. All right, so it looks like instructions are done. He's lining them up now. So as always, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. Here, it's raining right now. Better than snowing, like it's been for the last couple weeks. Later. See you, Josh. See his peaches. You're good right there.
Okay, bowling fans, good afternoon and welcome to Chacko's Family Bowling Center for today's 2-game final for our Super Adult Junior tournament. Today's Super Adult Junior, each team consists of 2 youth bowlers and 2 adult bowlers. It's like a double adult junior. We're going to have 2 step ladder matches head-to-head to determine our champions. It is time to introduce the top 3 teams in each division. Starting in the scratch division, our number 3 seed team is Cameron Carl, Garrett Simpson, Julie Calaza, and Anthony Revley.
In the scratch division, your third place, Cameron Carl, Garrett Simpson, Jamie Kaluga, and Anthony Demley at -61.
Alex Work, Jason Jeffries, and Matthew Moore.
Your number 2 seeds, Aiden Davis, Alex Horton, Jason Jeffries, and Matthew Bortz at plus 113.
Match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 333 for 5 games. Cole Ogers, Mason Doan, Mike Marcus, and Tim Wolf.
And your leaders, Cole Oberst, Mason Doan, Mike Marcus, and Tim Wolf at an impressive plus 333.
Order number 34, your order's ready at the snack bar, 34.
Order 34, your order's ready at the snack bar.
Okay, now it's time to introduce our 3 handicap teams for the final. Our number 3 seed team is Abby Brazil, Skylar Kapuzinski, Ray Whitner, and Pete Kapuzinski.
In the handicap division, in third, Hallie Bazil, Skylar and Pete Kapuzinski, and Ray Whitmer at minus 223.
Derek Davis, Kevin Reynolds Sr., and Danielle Shannon.
And second, Chloe Shamaski, Derek Davis, Kevin Reynolds Sr., and Danielle
That 1-game match will take on our tournament leader,
Shannon at minus 158.
Jaden, Cameron, Jennifer, and Tony Ruth.
And your leaders, it's going to sound a little bit like Family Feud here, the Ruth family. Jaden, Cameron, Jennifer, and Tony ready for action. Family Feud at minus 1.
Again, our semifinal match. 2 and 3 seeds. Handicap division will be on the left, scratch division on the right.
So the lane pattern today was tungsten. Tungsten. Obviously was not house with the or wreck with the scores that they were. If we had wreck, you certainly wouldn't have seen a minus 61 making it in scratch. Probably would have needed for 5, probably plus 300. Where she is right here, don't be. Like for me.
Okay, mix it.
You're great there. So looking at some of the scores in the scratch division, Cole Oberst, 234, 259, 174, 190, 190. Mason Doan, 231, 161, 235, 184, 244. Mike Marcus, 216, 231, 200, 251, 269. Tim Wolf, 245, 195, 202, 207, 215. To get them to plus 333 and the number 1 seed. Number 2 seed, Aiden Davis, 203, 259, 136, 222, 229. Alex Horton, 178, 155, 171, 197, 206. Jason Jeffries, 194, 236, 200, 237, 231. Matt Bortz, 269, 217, 232, 150, 191, plus 113. In third, Cameron Carl, 145, 190, 175, 223, 209. Garrett Simpson, 223, 201, 175, 179, 208. Jamie Kaluga, 215, 221, 191, 233, 146. And Anthony Remley, 183, 180, 205, 232, 205, minus 61. On the handicap side, the Ruth family. Jaden, 130, 172, 106, 140, 145. Cameron, 127, 126, 122, 142, 105. Jen, 111, 152, 136, 169, 177. And Tony, 193, 237, 208, 233, 223. They were getting 169 pins per game. Got them to minus 1. Second place. Chloe Shemansky, 211, 172, 253, 179, 208. Derek Davis, 179, 120, 151, 147, 142. Kevin Reynolds Sr., 194, 234, 189, 168, 219. And Danielle Shannon, 133, 150, 137, 152, 134. They were getting 74 pins a game, minus 158. And in third, Callie Bizdil, 199, 172, 164, 148, 163. Skylar Kapachwinski, 143, 199, 180, 190, 166. Ray Whitner, 210, 188, 181, 163, 172. And Pete Kapowinski, 224, 170, 153, 180, 182. They were getting 46 pins a game, minus 223. So those are our finalists. Reminder, the scratch match is going to be on the left. The handicap match is on the left. The scratch match is on the right. And then we will flip-flop. Let's get some scoreboards up. First match in the handicap division. Shermansky, Davis, Reynolds, and Shannon are going to be getting 28 pins. 28 pins. Once again, our message board is up. If you want to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. If you bowled here today, let me know what you thought of the pattern. Again, the pattern was tungsten.
Order number 34, order shutting 34.
right, so it looks like our handicap side is done warming up. Scratch side should be done in another minute or so. All right, off we go. One game to determine who is moving on to the finals. Right back. All right, scoreboards are a little hard for me to see here. They're not very well lit. So I'll do the best I can. Matt will be joining me in the booth. Looks like Cameron Carl up first, lane 38. He comes in high, leaves a baby split. Cal Still. She goes 10 back. Aiden Davis with the strike on 37. Let's see if Cameron can pick up his baby split. He does not. Skyler came in high, 6'10". Derek Davis up, lane 35. He strikes. Alex Horton, lane 37. 2-8. Garrett Simpson, lane 38. Skylar made his spare on 36. Garrett with the strike. Kevin Reynolds, lefty, lane 35, new strikes. Horton shooting for his 2-8. He makes it. They're hanging on the thing. Jamie Kuligo with a strike. Ray Whitmer makes his spare. Danielle Shannon shooting at his 6'10". Our first look at Jason Jeffries on lane 37. He goes 10 back. Pete Kapczynski up. He leaves the 6 pin. Anthony Remley with a strike. All right, one frame down, 9 to go. Carl comes off his open with a strike. Pally Brazil with a double. Chloe with a double. 10 pin for Aiden on 38. Garrett with a double. You can tell that these lanes are really starting to open up now. They certainly didn't play like this earlier in the day. Davis makes his spare. Skylar made his spare. Jamie up, lane 37. She's looking for a double. She crosses over, leaves the 6 pin. Ray, left B. Can't tell if that's the 2 or the 4 from my angle. That would be the 2 pin. Jamie does not make her spare. Ray makes his. Kevin shooting at the 1-3. Alex Horton shooting at the 1-6-10. That's something we see a lot. We got 2. Good effort. Danielle crossing over. Gonna get her second chance to make the 610. Anthony with a double. And Danielle makes it this time. Jeffries comes in high, pays the price, 4, 6, 10. Bazil starting with the front three. Skyler with a strike. Matt Bort's up lane 38. He's working off of a strike in the first. Make that a double. Ray Whitner, another 2-pin. Kevin Reynolds, lane 35, comes in light, leaves the lefty bucket. Davis with a strike in the third. Cameron leaves the 7 pin on 38. We'll see if he can pick that up. Horton comes back with his first strike. He with a 7 pin on lane 36. Cameron makes his 7 pin. Danielle goes Jersey. Leaves the 5 pin. I'm in. Jeffries comes back off of his open with a strike. Pete misses his 7. Garrett pitched it out a little bit. Missed the head pin, leaves the 1-2-4. Bort's with a triple. Chloe with the strike in the 4th. Callie looking for her 4th in a row. She will not get it. She leaves a washout. Yummy. Kelly does not make any of them. That's a mistake. Jamie with a tough 3-9-10 spare. Kevin comes in high, leaves a 6-pin. Skyler comes in high, pays the price for 6. Jamie gets 2 out of the 3. Anthony gets the 7 out. So he and Matt Bortz both on the front 3. Another 7-pin for Cameron. That's his 2nd in a row. Well, Gene, if you want to come up here, I'll trade you. I'll go down to Florida and you could be here and call the match. Five count for Aiden. Cameron makes back-to-back 7 points. 1-2-7-9 for Danielle. Pete misses a 7. Davis covers half a loaf. Garrett with a strike. His 3rd of the match. Same with you, Adam. If you want to switch, I'll go down there and you can come up here. And yes, Mel, we are live. Thank you all for joining in with us today. You are watching the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour Super Adult Junior Tournament live from Chacko's Family Bowling Center, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Bowling on the challenge pattern Tungsten today. Tungsten. Jeffrey sends the 2-pin the wrong way, but it all looks the same up on that dark scoreboard. Well,
Order
Mel,
number 36, your order's ready at the snack bar, 36.
you could always come and bowl one of ours. You don't always have to bowl the JBT. Difference between us and the JBT. JBT typically lays a house shot. We never lay house shots. We use either rec patterns, challenge patterns, or our own patterns made by the good folks at Cable. Aiden with a strike in the 5th. Are you here?
In a minute. How's our matches going?
I don't know. I can't see the scoreboard. It's too dark for me. Daniele's a 5-pin on in again. Horton gets 9 and a wiggle.
Both sides look about even, actually. Through 5 frames. I am almost ready. I will be back. On the 5 street.
Thank you for my pay, sir. Anthony Remley opening with the front 5. Quartz comes in high, pays the price, 4, 6, 7. He only gets 1. Back-to-back opens for him. 4-pin for Cameron. Kevin on 36, shooting at the 3-pin, which he converts. Pete up on 35. He goes 10 back. Aiden Davis looking to pick up the 7-pin, which he covers without a problem. Danielle leaves another 5-pin. Cameron makes his spare. Chloe up 35. 6-pin for her. Courtney strikes on 38. Danielle misses her 5-pin. Good shot by Callie, leaves the 10-pin ringing. Jeffries with the strike. Garrett doing ballerina routine, misses the 2-pin. Callie makes her 10-pin. Sports with a strike, all back-to-back opens. Jamie lane 37. That's a double for her. Skylar with the 278. Anthony now up in the 6th. He's working off of the front 5. Make that the front 6. Skylar makes that split. Kevin shooting at an 8-pin, which he makes. Nine-pin for Aiden. You don't want one of these?
No.
Are you ready now?
I think so. How's everybody doing today?
Joining me in the, we'll call it the Bowler X booth today, the Grand Poobah of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour.
Yes.
Matthew Himmelreich. You talk, I'm going to peek at some scores.
Okay. This is match number 1 of our 2 matches head-to-head for today's
finals for the Super Adult Junior event. I want to thank everybody who came out. We had 34 teams today, 136 bowlers for today's event. Semi-final matches going on right now. We are in frame number 8 on the handicap side to your left. And at the moment, it looks like the match is about dead even almost. Dead even on the left.
About 40 pins over here.
And about a 40 pin difference on the right. So our scratch match, the Cameron Carl team is in the lead at the moment by about 40 pins. Their anchor bowler, Anthony Remley, has the front 6, so he'll be looking for 7 here. Already being sung.
I see that. Four pin for Anthony. No 300. Nine pin for Bortz. Derek leaves a 6 pin. Bortz makes his spare. Ray crossed over with a strike. Davis with a strike. Cameron looking for a double on lane 37.
Once again, I'm sure Jason mentioned it, but we're bowling today on a challenge pattern. Our challenge pattern was tungsten today. Tungsten pattern. And the scores reflected that. We had one scratch team who ran away with it. And in handicap, we didn't have any teams out of 23 that were plus today. The leading team was -1 going into the finals. So, pretty tough pattern out there today. Looks like our handicap side is a little bit ahead. They are going to be starting the 9th frame in a moment. Chloe Shermosky comes up light, leaving the 1-2-10, and Danielle Shannon comes up high, leaving the 3-6-10. With 4 strikes in the 8th frame, it looks like the team of Bazil, Kapchuzinskis, and Whitner have pulled ahead a little bit in that match. And a good conversion there for Chloe Shermosky as she picks up the 1-2-10. Back on the scratch side, Jason Jeffries with a nice strike there. 3 in a row for him. And stepping up looking for 4 in a row is Jamie Calaga. think she knew off her hand that she left it a little short, leaving the 6-10. So she'll look to convert. Once again, the winning team of each side will then bowl our tournament leading team for the title. Galaga picks up her spare. Bortz leaves a 4-pin. He will pick up his spare. We are in the 9th frame now on the handicap side. I have to admit, it does look like we need a spotlight right under the scoreboard. Kevin Reynolds Sr. with a double. Kind of a snowplow strike, but a strike's a strike. Remley comes up right, leaving the bucket, the 2-4-5-8, 137. Kapuscinski makes his spare. And there's a strike for Danielle Shannon. Team on the left getting the handicap, which is 28 pins. So right now they have 558 on the scoreboard. So they do trail. The team on 36, and Ray Whitner with a strike. Bazil, Kapuscinski, and Whitner clearly have the lead going into the 10th frame. Back on the scratch side, we start the 9th frame. Right now, about a 40-pin lead for the team of Cameron Carl, Garrett Simpson, Jamie Kulaga, and Anthony Remley. Good shot there for Aiden Davis as they try to put pressure on their opponents. On the left lane, Kelly Bazil steps up to start the 10th frame on our handicap semifinal match. Comes up a little bit light, leaving the 7th pin. Big strike there for Alex Horton. The team tries to build foundation frame. Callie picks up her spare. Oh boy, Shermosky with an out of range. But he picked it up. That's very interesting. 8 count for her. It's actually a 6-10, but it looks more like a 3-10.
I'd say 9-10.
Almost a 9-10. Sure. We'll go with that. So, Callie Bazil finishes with 189 for her team. And she makes the spare. 6-10, 9-10, 3-10, no matter what it is. She picks up the spare. There's a strike for Skylar Kapuscinski. And Shermosky comes up a little bit high, leaving the 4-pin on her fill ball for 198. And a double for Skylar. Next up, we have Derek Davis. Pretty good shot, leaving the 10-pin. Good spare there for Matt Bortz. We begin the 10th frame on the scratch semifinal. Right now, a 39-pin lead, if I can read it correctly, for the Carl team. 39 going into the 10th. 196 for Skylar. Cameron Carl with a big strike to start the scratch final. Scratch 10th frame, rather. Ray Whitmer with the 3 in a row. .138 looks to be the score for Derek Davis. Whitmer makes it 4 in a row. And I believe that will pretty much lock it up for the team of Bazil, Kapuzinski, Whitner, and Kapuzinski. They will be advancing to the title match on the handicap side.
Aiden shot 208. Horton up looking for a double. Leaves a solid 10. Aaron, who struck on his first ball, he's a baby split. Horton makes his spare. Horton with a strike, I believe, shoots 204.
So our final score on the handicap side, the team of Bazil, Kapuzinski, Whitner, and Kapuzinski defeats the team of Shermosky, Davis, Reynolds, and Shannon 767 to 655 with the handicap. So The team of Bazil, Kapuzinski, Whitner, and Kapuzinski will advance to the final in handicap. Okay, now we're over to the scratch side. 192 for Cameron Carl, 202 for Garrett Simpson. Aiden Davis with 208. And it looks like 204 for Alex Horton so far. Okay, correction, it was 193 for Cameron Carl and 202 for Garrett Simpson so far. Davis with 208 and Horton with 204. Jeffries came up high, leaving the 3-pin. He can max out at 222. With Jamie Spare, she will have a 204. And the spare from Jeffries puts us at 222 for him. Comes down to the final bowler.
Which they're up by 19. He's on a strike.
So Mark here should pretty much lock it up. So the team of Carl, Simpson, Kolaga, and Remley will advance to the title match.
I'd say that's an upset.
It was a very good match. So both of our number 3 seed teams win their semifinal matches. Big score in that match was Anthony Remley with 265, carrying his team to a victory 864 to 821.
All right, so we'll give away the prizes for the third place finishers, and then we will flip-flop. Scratch will move to 35 and 36. Handicap at 37 and 38. And we'll get ready for the finals.
And then, Jason, you can talk about the upcoming schedule.
I will, indeed. Davis, Horton, Jeffries, Bortz, third place today in the scratch division.
I need those.
You do need those.
Okay, and our third place finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler getting a $75 scholarship, certificate and medal. Both bowlers get a $75 payout. Goes for the team of
Orders 39 and 40. Orders ready to snack bar 39 and 40.
Tony Shabowski, Derek Davis, Kevin Reynolds Sr., and Danielle Shannon.
Schmowski, Davis, Reynolds, Shannon. Third place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to our title matches.
All right, so let's look at our upcoming schedule. Next week, Sunday, March the 7th, we'll go back down to our area for our annual three-person team tournament at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. 3 people on a team. Doesn't matter what the average is, as long as they fit into our 21 and under.
Orders 39 and 42. The orders are ready 39 and 42.
Next Sunday, starting at 10:30 in the morning. That'll be on a challenge pattern as well. If you want to get the discount, you have to sign up by 11:59 tonight on our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Sign up, you get a bit of a discount. The following Sunday, the 14th, is major number 8 out in the Allentown area at Haja Rose Bowl. That'll be on one of the PJBT cable patterns. Sunday, March the 14th, 10:30 start time. The week after is our next adult junior tournament. We go back out west to Suburban Bowl-O-Rama out in New York. That's Sunday, March the 21st, 10:30 start time. That's usually a very popular tournament, and with COVID, we can only take so many teams. So I would definitely suggest you getting in your reservation as soon as possible. You could sign up as early as right now on our website, www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. And then we round out the month of March with our makeup tournament from when it snowed. That's an under 21 doubles tournament at Trindle. That's Sunday, March the 28th, 10:30 start time. And then we enter the month of April with our annual Easter Classic, the day before Easter, Saturday. This year it's April the 3rd. 2:30 start time. That is at Jordan Lanes out in Whitehall, the Allentown area. That's usually a popular tournament as well. You can check out the rest of our schedule at our website, www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. It's never too early to start making your plans for our championship weekend. June 4th, 5th, and 6th at Limerick. June the 4th, Friday night, is our annual skins match with the professional bowlers. That's a fun night. Pros come in. And they shoot for a few $1,000s worth of our money. That usually starts at 8 o'clock, I believe. It's a $5 admission charge, and we usually give away some scholarship money to all the youth bowlers are eligible to win some scholarship money. We give each youth bowler a ticket, and if we draw their names, they get matched up with one of the pros. And if the pro, depending upon where the pro finishes, determine how much scholarship money the youth gets. And then on Saturday, we have a no-tap tournament Saturday morning, and then we have 2 rounds of adult junior, and then Saturday night, those that cash in the adult junior, I believe it's top 3 in each round for handicap and top 5 in each round for scratch, come back and bowl against Parker Bone Saturday night for some more of our money. And then Sunday is our awards ceremony and our championship tournament. Find out whose name goes up on our yearly banner and hangs down at Limerick for championship weekend. So it's a very fun weekend. I'm there all weekend, of course, so you get to come see me, say hi. For those of you that have not signed up yet for our Facebook page, that's where we put all of our information for coming up events. Our Facebook page is PJBT Youth Information Page. And if this is your first time watching us on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Kindly hit that subscribe button. And if you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. So probably about halfway through practice, each bowler gets 3 shots on each lane. Don't forget, scratch and handicap flip-flop. Scratch will now be on the left. Handicap will be on the right.
sure that one's important. Phillies already want to trade their pitcher. He got 6 runs in the first inning today. His ERA is 135.
Not bad at all. To comment on what you wrote, Adam, the PJBT follows the rules of each and every bowling center. Whatever their rule is the rule that we go by. The rule here at Chacko's is you do not have to wear a mask if you're on the tiled area.
They got money on this too, bud? Play money? How much?
It's money for the adult scholarship for the kids.
How much?
200 each.
This is your building company. Good for you.
matches for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, we have Tennessee, Pullover, Jason Hill, Mike Marcus, and Tim Woods. Taking on number 3 seeds, Cameron Carl, Garrett Simpson, Jamie Kulaga, and Anthony Redley. Okay? On the handicap side, we have our top seeds, Jaden, Cameron, Jennifer, and Tony Ruth. Taking on number 3 seed, Callie Brazil, Skylar Kaczynski, Ray Whitner, and Luke Kaczynski. Winners in handicap is 123, going to the Ruth family. Okay? My score will be our champion. Let's give a nice hand for our title matches.
All right, and away we go into the finals. What's the handicap difference?
123.
123 to the Ruth family.
I just want to keep one eye on one thing.
Excuse me. Do you have business cards or something like that? You can flush it to me.
Yes, you do. So we have a delay in the action here, as the arrows didn't flip properly. So once again, our message board is live in operation. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today.
Order number 39, orders ready, 39.
All right, so it looks like we're good to go on the scratch side. All right, looks like we're ready to go on the handicap side now as well. Sorry for the delay. All right, don't forget the scratch now is on the left, handicap is on the right. Kaluga makes her spare. hot hand on this pair. So far, so good. Jennifer Ruth looking to make her spare on 37, which she does.
Okay, that was the weirdest one in the world, but I think we're back in order.
In front of me is a lot of hardware right now.
We have a lot of hardware and prizes to hand out today.
Cole Oberst opening up with a double. Team of Oberst, Doan, Marcus, and Wolf, they pretty much ran away with the top position. They were plus 333 for the 5. Had the lead by over 200 pins. So you got to think they're the favorite in this match right now, but that's why we bowl it to find out. On the handicap side, the Ruth family, they were the closest to even. They were -1. They had a pretty sizable lead too. They're going to be tough to beat if they throw a bunch of marks, because they are getting over 100 pins. Skyler with a spare on 37. Cameron Carl up, third frame, working off the spare. And he gets his first strike of the match. Jennifer with a spare. Good shot there by Red. Garrett breaks up the split, leaves just the 7 pin. Tony Ruth might be the first open on their team. He's going to have to make the 210. Cole Oberst opening with the front 3. And Ray makes the spare, or Tony makes the spare. So they remain clean as a team through 2.
Great shot there. And let's just point out going into the scratch match, I mean, it's been a dominant performance for Oberst, Doan, Marcus, and Wolf. So you would expect them to have the advantage going into this match. But that's why we bowl the games.
And they are out to a quick 40-pin lead.
They are. Brazil comes up a little bit high, leaving the 6-10. Marcus comes up high, 3-6-10.
If I could ever get through. They say you get a lot of business. So far, I have a lot of business.
So as expected on the scratch side, we are 3 frames in, and our leading team, Oberst, Doan, Marcus, and Wolf, have the early lead. On the handicap side, we're just finishing up frame number 3. Kapuscinski finishes off the frame with a strike. Right now the board's showing they're about 100 down, but they are giving 123 in handicap. So that will transition as the game goes through. Oberst comes up high, and his streak ends at 3 as he leads the 4-6-9. On the handicap side, pretty good shot there for Tony Ruth, leaving the 4-pin. He'll look to pick up the spare. Carl picks up his spare, 49 in the third with a spare for Cameron. Simpson comes up high, leaving the 3-6. So he'll look to convert. Ruth gets his spare on 37, and his daughter Jaden misses her 10-pin. Slips just by. She thought she had it. 55 in the fourth for her. Mason Doan picks up a strike and has 3 in a row. Meanwhile, a chopped spare for Garrett Simpson. On On the handicap side, Callie Bazil leaves the 4-pin. Here comes Cameron Ruth. She gets a 7 count. Back on scratch. Mike Marcus comes up light, leaving the 2-pin.
Okay, dinner order.
And Jamie Kalaga comes up high, leaving the 3-10. So she'll have to fit the ball in between there to pick that up. Listen, there's some special food you got to pick up when you're up here.
That's right.
Krispy Kreme donuts are one.
Old Ford style pizza. Yeah.
Pizza's the other. We don't get up to this area a lot, but just a hint for our bowlers out there. We used to have 2 centers up here in Wilkes-Barre that we came to. Unfortunately, Stanton closed. So Chacko's, this is the only bowling center up this way that we have. But we have been in discussions with a 2nd center for next year.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have. So stay tuned to the PJBT information page, and
Interesting. Where would there be a 2nd center big enough for us?
we plan to have 2 events up here next season. There's a nice strike for Ray Whitner on 37.
It won't be Green Ridge, one of my favorite centers growing up here, because that got torn down 20 years ago.
Okay.
25
Wow.
years ago.
Many of you who bowled the PJBTs in the past know that we used to go to Stanton Lanes here in Wilkes-Barre. Unfortunately, Stanton has officially closed a couple of years ago, so this is pretty much the most famous center in this area.
Used to have world record scores here. 3,900. Like, it still might be a record.
Yes, and this center has hosted the Pennsylvania State Men's Tournament a couple of times. They mostly hosted it when Stanton was still in business, where they both split it, but yes. Back to the action on lane 38. Tony Ruth with a nice shot, leaving the 9-pin. And Cameron Carl gets his 2nd strike of the match. Kapuscinski picks up his spare. You weren't kidding when you said, as far as seeing the scoreboards, it's like we need a bar chair back there.
Yes.
We need to be way high up. We're not even sitting down behind the cameras today, because it's just a lot easier to see standing up. Oberst goes light, 248.
Order number 47, orders ready to snap for 47.
Jane Ruth goes light, leaving a 5-pin.
We'll have to get PJBT production lights for next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I think our fans out there watching can tell us. I don't think they're having too much trouble being able to see the monitors. The monitors look great online.
Yes.
It's just harder for us to see with the lighting. Oberst only gets 2. And Jaden Ruth just bought everybody a drink. Oh, she missed the 5-pin. I can tell you on a Tuesday night in my league, that wouldn't go over well. Callie Bazil picks up her spare, and so does Garrett Simpson.
May the 3rd, 1993, the last time I missed a 5.
I'm glad you remember.
I shot 800.
Oh, that would explain it. Good shot there for Mason Doan, 4 in a row for him. Nine count for Cameron Ruth. She left the ever popular head pin. And a strike for Skyler. 90. Team on the left of Oberst, Stone, Marcus, and Wolf have a 90-pin lead, 50 halfway through the match. At the moment, about a 70-pin lead for the Ruth family, but the Whitmer Kapuscinski team is coming on fast.
Yes, they are.
4 in a row there for Ray Whitner. Follow up Skyler's double. And Anthony Remley comes in high. Knew he missed his target inside. Leaves the 7-10. He'll have to look probably for one.
He certainly doesn't have quite the same line he had last match on 37 and 38.
Yeah, that one just looked like it was inside a target. Kapuzinski with a strike. So big frame there for the Bazil, Kapuzinski-Whitmer team as they put a bunch of strings together. And that will tighten up the handicap match. Tim Wolf picks up his spare. Jennifer gets all but one. And the Wolves, unfortunately, building
Order 39, orders ready at the snack bar, 39.
building a brick wall here in the fifth frame, as they all have open frames. Tony's going to try to break that string right here. Jaden leaves a 4-pin. Cameron Ruth comes up high, leaving the 3-6-10. For you bowling fans out there, this is the title match for today's Super Adult Junior event. We had Super Adult Junior. We had 136 bowlers today. 34 teams of 4. Each team made up of 4 bowlers, 2 youth sanctioned bowlers, and 2 adult bowlers. Opers picks up his spare. Garrett Simpson now up on 35. And he gets a strike. And the same for Callie Bazil. Callie gets her first strike since the opening frame. Mason Doan asking for a prayer and got out of trouble there, leaving just the 7-pin, but it didn't look pretty. He is probably glad he just has the 7. Skylar comes up high, leaving the 6, 7, 9, 10.
This is makeable.
I was about to say that even though it's a split, this is actually one of the makeable splits because the 6 can hit into the 9 and ricochet into the 7 if it's hit properly. So let's see what happens here. He's going to give it a go. Oh. He hit the 6 more at an angle that it didn't take the 9. So, that's okay. He's at 108 in the 6th. 3 pins there for Jennifer. Back on the scratch side, Jamie Kalaga leaving the 1-2-4. She'll look to clean up her spare. And she misses the head pin. Open frame for Jamie. And 5 in a row for Ray Whitner. So Ray is hot. Ray bowled really well in the last match, shooting 214 and getting the high score for their team. And he is on fire again in this match. Marcus comes up right, leaving the 2-pin. Remley gets his first strike of the match since the opening frame. If Marcus covers the spare, which I suspect he will, he does, and if Tim strikes, they will still have a 90-pin lead through 6 frames on the scratch side. And a nice strike there for Tony Ruth. He puts up a double for his team. Peter rather picks up his spare, and through 6 frames on the handicap side.
Good shot there by Tim Wolf.
The Ruth team has just a 24-pin lead. 24-pin lead, entering frame 7. Jaden goes light, 2-7-8. Make that a 2-7 for her. And a 4-pin for Callie Bazil. See if the Carl team can make any type of run here on the scratch side. Andrew, just to answer your question, if you missed it earlier, today's pattern was tungsten. Tungsten pattern was the challenge pattern today. Carl leaves a 4-9. It's a tough one in pocket 4-9. So right now for the scratch side, for the team of Oldburst, Doan, Marcus, and Wolf, I mean, they have the lead. They just need to maintain and fill frames right now.
Filling frames is the key right now.
Handicap side is still up in the air. Skylar comes up high. Probably gets kind of an unfortunate break and takes out the 6.
He broke up a harder split and left an easier split.
Oh, what a great shot. Cameron Carl making the 4-9. Big shot for their team. Maybe that'll give them a spark. Great shot there from Mason Doan. Bowling fans, tell your friends to tune in. We're closing in on the closing frames of our title matches for today's Super Adult Junior event. Pretty good shot there for Jennifer Ruth, leaving the 7-pin. And a good shot for Mike Marcus, leaving the 10-pin. And Ray's streak ends at 5, I believe it is. Pretty good shot, leaving the 7-pin. Kalaga comes in high, leaving the 3-6. Picks up his spare. Whitmer able to pick up his spare. Jamie gets her spare. Pretty good shot there for Tim, leaving the 10-pin. And 3 in a row for Dad Ruth, Tony Ruth. 3 in a row for him. Like the Ruths with a spare here will have a 22-pin lead through 7 frames. So 22-pin lead on the handicap side for the Ruths, entering frame number 8. Back on the scratch side, Remley leaves the 4-6. And I hate to say it, but I think their ship is sinking pretty quickly.
Yes.
As they are now going to be down. Not able to get any, and they are now trailing by 125 through 7 frames. Bazil picks up her spare. Again, due to the large crowd and the COVID restrictions, we went with just a 5-game qualifier today. 4 on a lane, 4 on each team, but 5 games of qualifying and straight to our top 3 finalists. We paid out 5 spots in handicap today based on entries, and we're giving out over $3,200 in prizes today. Garrett Simpson with 3 in a row now. Good strike there. And Mason Doan matches with a double. Again, filling frames for them, the key at this point. Ray Whitmer back on it with a strike. Kalaga crosses over and gives us the Jersey strike. The first one of those I think I saw today since I've been watching. Jennifer Ruth with a good strike, or a good shot rather, leaving the 10 pin. There's a strike for Mike Marcus. Dad Peter crosses over, leaving the 4-7-8, so he'll look to pick up the spare. Good spare there for Jennifer Ruth. Remley comes in high, leaving the 6 pin.
Yeah, he just couldn't get anything going on this pair compared to 37 and 38.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one carrying their team over there. Tim's ball jumps up high, leaving the 3-10. That ball just didn't look like the break point got far enough down the lane.
Yes. I'm willing to bet that surprised him.
Kapuzinski doesn't make his spare. Let's see. Mr. Ruth able to kick out the 7 and make it 4 in a row. So Tony Ruth helping carry the Ruth team. 4 in a row as they finish frame 8. Wolf with a good spare.
Good shot there by Jaden. A little unlucky, leaves a 10 pin. Let's see what Callie could do. Foundation frame 9. She goes 10
Next
back.
to the snack bar, Mike.
Cole comes in high, baby split, 3-10. His partner, or one of his teammates, just made this. Jada makes her 10. Oh, great shot by Skylar. That might be a huge turning point in this match. Should have been, and it was one of those solid 7s. We'll have to remember that, because that would have been a double. That could wind up costing them 20 pins. Cole makes his baby split. Skylar makes his spare. Cameron's shooting at her own baby split.
Order number 48, or order study 48.
Okay, so we are in the foundation frame, 9th frame. There's a strike from Marcus, picks up a double. Looks like the scratch match is pretty much in hand for our leaders all day. Dominant performance for Oberst, Doan, Marcus, and Wolf. They have about a 150 pin lead right now. So it looks like they will take that into the 10th and claim victory. However, the handicap side, we have a match. Kapuzinski goes light, leaving the 3-9. Let's see what Tony Ruth can do. He's looking for 5 in a row. Oh, he comes up high, crosses over, but gets the strike. So 5 in a row. 50. About a 50-pin lead for the Ruths entering the 10th frame. Their big foundation bowler.
Yes.
Keeping them in the lead there. Brimley comes up high, leaving the 4-6-7. It's amazing what a difference a pair makes.
Yep.
Shot
69.
265 the first game. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get 165 this game.
He's going, he'll be lucky to shoot 130.
Yeah, really struggling on this pair.
7 pin for Jaden.
Callie Bazil with a strike. That gives her a double. Handicap match still some options. Good shot there for Callie Bazil. Putting up a triple. Still a close match. So at this point, our scratch match has been determined. Focus a little more here on the handicap side. Camera move, leaving the 2 pin.
Adam, since you're going to force me to talk about this some more, again, it's the bowling center's rules. They allow no masks on the tiled area. Plus, when everybody comes in, they have to pass me, which they get temperature checked, and everybody from out of state has to produce a negative COVID result. So we are well protected, Adam. Don't worry about it.
Kapuzinski with a strike.
So Skylar with a strike in the 10th. So that's 20 pins that they lost because of that.
And Callie Bazil finished with 10.
Ruth family falling apart a little bit here in the 10th.
Important spare here for the Ruths. For Jen. Skylar steps up looking for a double. Crosses up high, leaves the 6-10. So we have a very close match on the handicap side. Right now it shows Ray Whitmer steps up, goes pulls it a little bit, 1-3-6. So he'll look to make his spare. The board shows that if Whitmer makes his spare and strikes, the team of Bazil, Kapuzinski, and Whitner would be in the lead on the board. But the bottom bowler for the Kapuzinski team, Pete, I should say, he is coming on and off an open frame, whereas Mr. Ruth has 5 strikes in a row. So theoretically, the board will show the Ruth team trailing. And theoretically, they would be up about 10 pins going into the final bowler. So it will come down to the final bowler and the final shots on the handicap side. Better shot there for Ray. Ray finishes off strong with a 238. And that will bring it down to the final bowler. Max score for Bazil, Kapuzinski, and Whitner is 794.
Advantage Ruth's right now.
The
He's
Ruth,
on a,
yes, and he
he's
can,
on strikes.
with 60, he can finish with 810. So it's about a 20-pin difference. So that shot for Kapuzinski that you talked about that cost him 20 pins is
Yes.
right now the difference in the match. And Ruth goes wide, leaving the 210 in the 10th. So now he may need to convert that to win the match. Pete steps up. Pete goes light and leaves the 3-7, the exact same split, the opposite way. So Kapuzinski must make the spare to have a shot. Let's see what Ruth does first. He gets 1. He posts a 224 and a 784 for the team. He does not make a spare, and the Ruths are our champions.
all right, so the Ruths win by 20.
$784 to 771.
13. So yes, he needed to make the spare and strike to tie.
Order number 49, orders ready, 49.
Okay, so just give us a couple minutes to tally up the results here, and we'll give out our final awards. Takes care of that.
gonna eat a donut.
That would be 3 of them today. That would be 3 of them today.
Where's your Krispy Kreme place around?
And he knows where it is. It's like 15 minutes away from here. He said.
It's gotta be up by the arena or something.
Probably.
I like this.
Oh, you're the one that lives up here, not me.
I get off the expressway, go right back home. I get out of Wilkes-Barre. I know Andy's mom, when we bowl like Harrisburg, she runs over to Hershey area and there's duck donuts. Those are
Duck donuts are pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, bowling fans, if I can have your attention, it's time to give out our final awards for today's PJBT Super Adult Junior here at Chacko Family Bowling Center. Our runner-up finishers in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $100 scholarship. Certificate and medal. The adult bowlers getting a $100 payout. Goes to the team of Cameron Carl, Garrett Simpson, Jamie Plaga, and Anthony Redley.
Carl, Simpson, Kaluga, and Remley, your runner-up finishers today.
Okay, our runner-up finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler receiving a $100 scholarship. Certificate and medal. $100 payout. Goes to the team of Kelly Brazil, Tyler Kapuzinski, Ray Whitmer, and Lee Kapuzinski.
Still Kapuzinski and Whitmer.
Okay, and now it's time to crown our champions. Scratch division, starting with the adult bowlers on our winning team. Dominant performance by our scratch team today. The adult bowler getting a $200 payout, and the first place prize title goes to Mike Marcus and Tim Wolf.
Mike Marcus, Tim Wolf, your adult champions today.
And then the youth bowlers on our scratch championship team. Each receiving a $200 scholarship. Certificate in the first place Billy Cross goes to Paul Oakhurst and Mason Jones.
Oberst and Doan, your youth champions today.
Okay, our winners in the handicap division. The adult bowler getting a $200 cash payout and a first place prize goes to Jennifer and Tony Root.
Jennifer and Tony Root, adult champions in the handicap division today.
And our youth bowler handicap champion. Youth bowler receiving a $200 scholarship. Certificate and the first place goes to Jaden and Cameron Root.
Jaden and Cameron Ruth, your handicap champions today. All right, we'll finish it off with Matt, then I'll set it up for some interviews.
Stay tuned and don't forget to join us next Sunday for the
Yeah. You're all coming in, don't worry.
Okay.
We'll try to squeeze everybody in here. I got it out pretty wide. All right, so we are here with the Ruth family. When they introduced you earlier, I said this is like Family Feud. In this corner, we have the Ruth family ready for action. So it's a pretty tight match in the championship. I was standing next to you in the 10th. You were like, how does this thing, are the scores in or are they not in? So I'm sure you thought you were in trouble when you left the split.
I did.
Yes. And then they left a split, and then that kind of solved it. So we'll go one by one. You could say your name, and you could tell me how you attacked the tungsten pattern today. So go ahead.
I'm Dana Ruth, and I think I did pretty well with everything. Just 2 games, I didn't pull my average. It was a little disappointing, but we made it out.
You still won.
Yeah.
I'm Cameron Ruth. Actually, this is the best I've bowled my entire life.
That's good.
Actually, this last game was the best game I had all day. So
Good. And this is your oldest daughter?
I'm Jen Ruth, and I struggled quite a bit today. I didn't bowl even my average through all 6 games that we bowled today. The last game that we bowled was actually the 12th game that I bowled in 3 days, so my thumb's a little sore.
Yes.
So yeah, I struggled a little bit today.
Well, thankfully for your sake, we didn't have a second round today where you would have had to bowl 3 more before the championship. Sir?
My name's Tony Ruth. Today I pretty much threw the Chacko Flash all day. I started with the Code X. It just didn't seem like it was getting a carry, so I went back to the Chacko Flash until that last ball, but I was carrying pretty good with the Chacko Flash all day.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 14.
And you?
I'm 7.
Order
I'm not
number
gonna ask you.
51, order starting 51.
I'm not going to ask you either. This is your first PJBT title? No?
Second.
Second. I see so many people. I'm sorry. This is your first. So you guys are eligible for championship weekend down in Limerick. So we'll see you as the first weekend in June. Hopefully we see you all weekend long because we have a lot of fun all weekend long. You never know, you might win some scholarship money Friday and Saturday. All right, we will get them out of here. I have a long drive home. You're our winners in the handicap division, the Ruth family. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll bring in. It's okay, we can start.
Go ahead, young man. Get in there. Get in there.
All right. I don't want to be the one with the microphone.
Mason will be here soon.
All right, so we're starting without Mason, he couldn't hold his bladder anymore. So.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're here with our scratch champions. We got Cole Oberst, we got Mike Marcus, right? Did I say that right? And we got Tim Wolf. So, Tungsten, how did you attack it today?
Tungsten was pretty interesting. It was a weird combination of having hook in every part of the lane, even the parts that you don't like it. But it was honestly, I mean, we bowled great as a team.
Yes.
Everything looked good, and honestly, I love the energy of the kids.
Yes.
Honestly, for the first 2 games, they carried us. They kept us in check, and we couldn't be happier to do it again. Hopefully, it's soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
A lot of
Tim?
steep angles. Steep angles for me, big time. Both of us, I think. The kids
Yeah.
stayed.
Oh, yeah.
They stayed right and kept the shape of the pattern pretty true. And me and Mike were pretty steep.
Yeah, it looked it in the, watching you guys in the finals. We didn't get to watch too much of you guys in the
Yeah,
in the first 5
you gotta get
games.
into a certain point because lanes break down, they transition. There were a lot of games bowled today, and everybody kind of held their own and did their part, so it was nice.
Cole, how did you attack it?
Just the way he said it. I really just kept on throwing, trying to stay as straight as possible. In the last game when I had to, I really jumped about 20 boards left and I just hooked the whole stinking lane in the last game. But other than that, I tried to stay as straight as possible and I just tried to keep the angles in front of me. And really, that's all that happened. And here comes Mason. Yo, buddy, we're on.
Tell him how you showed us all what to do.
Mason struck a lot.
Yeah, he's the one to carry the whole team.
Do you feel better now?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe too.
So, how did you attack Tungsten today?
Honestly, I threw my house shot line.
That's fine.
Almost the whole day, and it just worked out well. And I just adjusted off that from there.
That explains a few things.
Yeah.
So,
if I'm able to throw a comfortable shot, then I'm going to do that.
you could tell, I mentioned to your father today, and it's the same comment that I'm going to say to you. You could tell when, as the junior bowlers, they turn the corner, and all of a sudden they go from here to here. And it happens like this. Like, it doesn't take like a year or two. It just happens very quickly, and you guys have now turned the corner. You could tell you're getting good coaching.
Hey, it's all thanks to him. He's the one who's been helping out.
I'm just here.
If it weren't for him,
And
I
I
don't
know
know where
you
I'd be
are
right
as
now.
well.
Yes.
So, you are in 10th grade.
Yes.
You are in
10th grade.
10th grade.
I'm in 11th.
I'm in 6th.
I thought you were a little younger than 10. Yes.
He was held back a year.
So this is title number
3, I believe.
3.
No, 4.
This is 2.
2. All right. So both of you know you're now qualified for championship weekend down at Limerick.
Ooh.
Not that you would have made it anyway based on
That's a
points.
close draw.
But now you're
Yeah, I like
automatically
that.
there. And on Saturday there's adult junior action, so hopefully you can make it down to Limerick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the $200 first place prize, we have the team of Cole Oberst, Mason Donan, Mike Marcus, and Tim Wolf. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm shocked
It was
I
fun.
remembered your names.
There you go.
It was fun. That's all I'm gonna say. It was fun.
It was great, yeah.
I like the little patch you got. You have to show them the. There you
Little
go.
PA Fats action here.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna do it.
That will do it. Another great event today. We thank everybody for coming out. Next Sunday, we have the 3-person team tournament. We'll be at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy, PA. So make sure you join us. Come on out and bowl. Sign up tonight to get the discount entry fee. If you can't join us next week, make sure you join us here in the afternoon on live stream, and we'll have the finals.
Until next week, we'll see you guys.
All right, we'll see you next week.